In this animation, the two cars represent two reacting particles. The condition of effective collision are the reacting particles must collide head-on with each other to react. This is not a head-on collision, and thus no reaction occurs. The reacting particle must collide with a minimum amount of energy known as the activation energy.